Okay, thank you. So we have an amazing lineup of speakers who are eager to share their insights and expertise with us, as you earlier saw on the flyers we shared. But while we wait for a few more minutes for additional attendees to join us, I would like to take this opportunity to share some important information and make our time here as interactive and engaging as possible. First of all, kindly do not forget to mute your microphones immediately you join our virtual meetings. So first, a quick show of hands in the chat box if you are here and you can clearly hear from us as well. Can I see your waves and your hand in the chat box if you can clearly hear from me? Or you could possibly show us your favorite emoji in there, so I would know if you can clearly hear from me. Okay, thank you. I can see Abednego. The rest, I'm not seeing you. Are you not happy to join us today? Okay. I can see Tusak, I can see PC, and I can see Nuadine.
Yeah.
Keep flooding the chat box with your favorite emoji for me to know that you are very, very happy to join us tonight and you are ready to learn more from us. Okay. That's so fantastic to see all those amazing stickers and then the hands. Also, I would want to take from all our audience your expectations at the end of the program. What are you expecting at the end of the whole program? Can you please feed us with that in the chat box as well, while we still wait for a few more attendees to join us? So I'll start by typing mine and then I'll wait to hear from you as well. I'll be reading out all your expectations also. I'm typing mine, so I hope you are also typing yours. Oh, can you please mute your microphones immediately you join our virtual meeting? Thank you so much. I'm not seeing your expectations in a chat box. Why are you not expecting anything? I know you joined us for a reason, so I want to know what you are expecting at the end of the whole program. Okay, so let me start by reading mine. At the end of the program, I want to connect with amazing people in here and then also get to utilize my LinkedIn account very well. I don't know about you, but I'm waiting to read more. Hello, Khalid.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you please tell me what are you expecting at the end of this whole program?
Okay, so we are actually here to maximize our LinkedIn potential. At the end of this hour or two, I expect to know a lot about LinkedIn optimization, how to make sure my posts are getting the tweaks they want, and then how to ensure that I make the right post as and when necessary. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. So I'll start reading that. I can see a lot. He said new and share new insights. Thank you so much. And blessing you. What everyone is saying that I want to learn more of the whole LinkedIn app and utilize it effectively. That's so nice. Nuadin is saying that he wants to make his LinkedIn very professional. Amazing. And PC is also saying that he wants to learn a lot and share his little that and share his little know-how. Okay. Caleb is also saying he looks forward to an exciting session. Yes. Okay. So keep them coming as we wait for more attendees. But then I would also like to take a moment to tell you about the incredible virtual space we are using today, courtesy of Negros Hub. Negros Hub offers a state-of-art virtual platform designed to host a Sorry, can you please mute your microphone to immediately join us? Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so I was talking about the virtual hub of Negros. That Negros Hub offers a state-of-art virtual platform designed to host a variety of virtual events, from conferences and workshops to meetings and social gatherings. Their platform provides seamless connectivity, interactive tools, and an immersive experience for all participants. So if you are here today planning an event and looking forward for a reliable and innovative virtual space, I will highly recommend considering Negros Hub. You can learn more about their offerings and get in touch with their team by reaching out via the contact displayed on our screen. Thank you all for your enthusiastic participation. Okay, so that is it. To book our Zoom space for virtual programs, you can contact the IT team via the numbers displayed on our screen, 059-374-4805, 059-374-4805, and 054-798-2020. 054-798-2020. So on our flyer, we told ourselves we were going to start immediately. It is 5. I'm going to read the last expectation from Emmanuel Amaglo, and he is saying to brand his LinkedIn in a professional way. Okay, so that's what we are all looking forward to. Now we have 33 participants. I don't know if you've had all with more people. Hello, Caleb.
Hello, Angie.
Yes, please. Okay, so I think we can
Okay,
start
so
now. We can start.
yes,
We
yes,
have
yes, yes.
yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So it's very clear that we have more attendees who have joined us tonight. So let's officially start our program. To begin, let us come together in a moment of reflection and prayer. I'd like to invite Mr. Benadiado to lead us in the opening prayer as he's been doing all the time. Mr. Yado, if you're here, kindly take the virtual floor. Hello, Mr. Yado, can you hear me?
Your LinkedIn potential.
Hello, Mr. Yado. Okay, I guess
Yes.
Mr. Yado is not
Yeah.
here. Okay. Okay, Caleb, can you take us through the opening prayer, please?
Okay. I'll do us all the honors. Okay, so let's all pray. So, our dear Lord and Master Jesus, we thank you today. We thank you for this opportunity once again to learn and to learn about maximizing our LinkedIn potential and the tips and the best practices in that regard. We pray that, Lord, at the end of this session, this LinkedIn team, you should be able to know all that there is to know about it and to become masters in that field. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Caleb.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So at this point, we just go right into it to have the purpose of the meeting for today. So we introduce our speaker for that session, which is our own host, Mr. Abednego Euro. So I'd like to read something small about Mr. Abednego Euro. The next slide, please. Okay, so like as you all can see on the screen, we have Abednego Euron, who is the founder of Negos Hub and our host for today. So Abednego Euron is an ambitious mechanical engineering graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree, possessing leadership and experience, graphic design skills, and a passion for fostering growth. He has a proven track record of effective leadership and teamwork. He is dedicated to empowering young people and preparing them for a better future. He's the founder of Negos Hub, an NGO which seeks to empower young people for a thriving future, and also the owner of Negos Creations. He serves on the Youth in Engineering Operational Committee as the Student Campus Coordinator and the Social Media Manager for the Youth in Engineering. That's YEGHIE. He serves as the Mentorship Coordinator for the Fervent Mentorship Hub, led by Engineer Peter Adontin. Currently, he works as a national service personnel at Goldfields Ghana Limited, Daman Mine. Mr. Abednego, welcome to the virtual space. Kindly take the floor.
Yeah, hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Okay, thank you very much, Khalid. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
To everyone here, I say welcome to this evening's LinkedIn series gathering. Actually, I'm very glad to see everyone gathered here today. So our goal for this meeting is to empower you with the skills and knowledge to unlock the full potential of LinkedIn and take your professional career to the next level. We are fortunate to have an exceptional lineup of guests who are experts in harnessing the power of LinkedIn and networking opportunities. Throughout this event, you will gain insights and practical tips on how to leverage LinkedIn to build your personal brand, expand your professional network, and access new career opportunities. Let's make the most of this evening. Engage with our speakers and learn from each other's experiences. Together, let's unlock the power of LinkedIn and take our careers to the next height. Thank you for joining us. Let's get started. Thank you, Khalid.
Thank you very much, Abednego. Angela, I think we can move on to the next
Okay,
session.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now let's move on to our first speaker for tonight. It's my pleasure to introduce Miss Ajua Ejubi-Ba. But before, let me quickly go through her profile. She really has an amazing profile, and then I would read that to our hearing. She's a recent graduate in minerals engineering from the University of Mines and Technology with a passion for women empowerment and community service. Adept at leadership, teamwork, and communication, with extensive experience in volunteer roles, including secretary, financial secretary, and president. An active member of the LinkedIn community and community manager for the Janice Digital and Company. She's currently serving as a national service personnel at the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Ajua Ejubi-Ba. I don't know if she's sorry. Can you please mute your microphones immediately you join us for a smooth meeting? Thank you so much. Okay, so Miss Ejubi-Ba, if you're here, kindly take the virtual floor. You have 15 minutes to deliver. Thank you.
Hello. Please can you?
Yes, please, we can hear you. Kindly go ahead, but it looks like
We can hardly hear him.
hello, Miss Ajua.
Exactly.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. Kindly go ahead. You have 15 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. As she rightly said, my name is
Good evening.
Ajua Ejubi-Ba. I'm a recent graduate from the best university in Ghana, the University of Mines and Technology, and I'm currently having my national service at the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. So I'm happy to be here today, and I'm coming to share my LinkedIn journey with you. I wanted to present a slide, but then I'm shifting from the normal presentation. So I'll start by telling you a story. Way back in level 200, I had no knowledge of LinkedIn. I hadn't even heard of LinkedIn before. All that I knew was WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, And Telegram, I didn't know what LinkedIn was. I just knew how to swipe from pages to pages and pose for pictures, which I'm very good at that, you know. A girl got to do what she got to do. But then along the line in level 200, I had to hold a leadership role for girls in science and technology. And as part of the requirement for the role, I was supposed to have a LinkedIn account. I'm like, which kind of stress is this? What is LinkedIn? I had to go and research on LinkedIn. I downloaded the app from the App Store. I signed up, but I didn't know what to do there. I didn't know how to navigate my way through. But you know, being on LinkedIn enough was a flex. I was just like, my friends. Like, yeah, what I'm doing on LinkedIn. I just kept on, and I'll be telling these people that why are they not on LinkedIn? So along the line, my accounts got restricted. As we all know, LinkedIn is very sensitive and it's very privative too. So my account got restricted. I think I tried logging in one time and my account got restricted. So I had to start all over again. I created another account. I didn't know my purpose there. But then, as I said, the flex in telling somebody you are on LinkedIn was enough motivation for me to download the app again. So I did. I was there. I was posting once a while. I saw people winning, and I wouldn't say I was pressured by what I was seeing there. But because I didn't know what to do there, I was just lost. I was now trying to navigate my way through until one day, that was somewhere in level 400. That was when I started becoming very vibrant on LinkedIn. I met one lady on LinkedIn. By then, I was a president for Girls in Science and Technology. So I was soliciting for sponsorship and people to have webinars with my girls. So I met Janice. I reached out to Janice and I told Janice I wanted her to have a webinar with us. So she agreed and we kept on talking. Then I saw she was into a lot of NGOs and she was also a brand coach. So one of the days, please, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can.
Oh, it looks like the place is very quiet. Oh, am I boring? I'm saying I'm from the best university, that's humans, and you people are arguing with me. Well, we'll come back to that. So I told Janice I wanted to volunteer for her NGO. And as a result, I became, let's say, a sort of a PA to Janice. So when I got closer to her, I got to realize she was a brand coach. She was helping people to gain traction on LinkedIn. One of her LinkedIn webinars I joined because basically I was a PA. So I was in charge of setting up the meeting and all. And she was teaching people how to optimize your account so that you stand out in your niche. As at that time, I was having around 1,600 and something followers. And I remember clearly it was on the 28th of May, 2023. That means we had barely 3 days for May to end. So I was like, those in the webinar, they've paid for it and I haven't paid, but then I've gotten the opportunity to be part of their webinar. So why don't I chance on what they are learning to optimize my account too? So I optimized my account and surprisingly, as at the 31st of May, I had moved from 1,683 followers to 2,000 followers. in just 3 days. That was when I got to realize that if I really take this optimization classes that Janice have been having, so I started, when she's having her webinar, is your profile picture. Is your profile picture. Your profile picture is something that the people see. It's part of the things that they see when they go to your profile. So your profile picture should be very nice. It should be professional. Being professional doesn't mean you have to break your bank to go for photo shoot or anything. No, you can just wear some nice picture and what am I saying? You can just wear some nice dress. You have an iPhone or you have a friend who have an iPhone, you get a nice background and you take your professional picture, you flash us some friendly smile. If you are a dimple girly like me, you show your dimples. You know, if you have some white teeth like some of us, you show your white teeth, and your picture should be recent. Most times I see people and they are posting, they are updating their profile, all right, and their profile picture is from some 5 years ago. See, 5 years ago, and now there is a lot of difference. So you have to make sure that your picture is recent and is given. It has to give, you know, we are Gen Zs, so our picture has to give. Our profile picture giving doesn't mean we have to over edit our picture. We have to use filters. No. I've also noticed this. Some people use a lot of Snapchat filters on their profile picture. If you are making a post with a picture that has a Snapchat filter on it, to me, I think it's cool. But then putting a Snapchat filtered picture as your profile picture, that is no, 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 no. So yeah, from today, after the webinar, please make sure you get a very nice picture that has a professional headshot. You are flashing us some smiles. You have a clear background. Your picture is recent, and the frame or the face on the profile picture should take up to 60% of the frame. Yeah. Please, are we on the same speed?
Yes, Miss Ajua.
Okay, let's go on. So, you know, today's webinar is about optimization, all right? So let's use this as a case study. You see, Miss Ajua, as I am here, yeah, I'm not that nice, but then Abednego is my rich friend. He's a very rich man. So let's say Abednego invites me to a dinner date, like solely for business. So we have to go on a date, and he has made me aware that we are going to an expensive place. And as a result, I have to prepare and look like the place that I'm going for my day. So the process that I would go through to look nice and flashy, to me, that is what I term as optimization. So you see how you carefully select your dress. You carefully select your heels and your bags when you are going for a date with Boo Boo. That should be the same way you carefully select your profile picture when you want to make a statement on LinkedIn. The second thing that I'll talk about is the headline. The headline is do what you are noted for. That is your headline. Your headline should be strong. It should be catchy, a lot of things there, but then a glance at your LinkedIn page, the person should know what you are. Even before the person clicks on your link and connects with you, your headline should sell you out. So when it comes to your headline, just sprinkle something small, but I know that's small. You know, we want to pepper people. We want to tell people we are building a brand. So let your impact start from your profile picture. your headline. Those were the two things that Janice spoke about at the webinar. And those were my key pickups. She spoke about the profile picture and the headline. And when I came back, I realized that my profile picture wasn't really given. So I came to change my profile picture and I changed my headline too. And at the end of May, I told you the webinar was on the 28th of May, and at the 31st of May, I had amassed 2,000 followers. I had moved from 1,683 followers to 2,000 followers in 3 days. As time went on, I kept on changing my profile pictures and I kept on growing. I was growing 1,000 followers a month, 1,000 followers a month until I took a break from the social media. And even when I took a break, I was still gaining followers, but then it wasn't as how I was active. So if you are here today, I wouldn't want to bore you with a lot of thoughts. I wouldn't want to bore you with a lot of talks too. But then I will leave you with just these two simple assignments. Make sure you get a very nice profile picture and make sure you get a very good headline. I'm available. If you need help, you can reach out to Abednego, or I will drop my LinkedIn URL and you can connect with me. You tell me your problem. I'm more than willing to help you build your brand on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has done a lot for me. I won't even lie to you. I had my first remote job on LinkedIn when I was in level 400. And the kind of money they were paying me and the kind of job that I was doing, you know, it was good. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do extra. I was just a girl that had optimized a profile picture, that has optimized her LinkedIn, and I was getting opportunities. I got to do my national service at GNPC through LinkedIn. Sometimes when we go to the office and they are talking about how they go here, you know, MP's daughters, this one, no, this big man, whom do I know? I don't know anybody. I just know my LinkedIn connection because I'm coming to tell you this fact, and it's a true fact and it's on period as Gen Z. That's how we will say it. LinkedIn is a family. If you know your onions on LinkedIn, you are going to get one of the best people ever in your corner. You're going to have people that you can always run to at any point in time, and they would be more than willing to help you. And even if they can't help you, they will refer you to others. So please, let's take LinkedIn serious. We are lucky we are having this webinar. We are learning. Some of us, we didn't get the chance to have this webinar. We just navigated our way through. And see us now. We are sharing our stories today. So I'm urging each and every one of you here to take this webinar serious and also to make a connection. I've given 2 tips on optimization. The next thing that I want to talk about is Rome wasn't built in a day. No, it was just, it took some time. It is the same way that those big accounts on LinkedIn you see, they weren't built in a day. It took time. I didn't build my LinkedIn to over 10,000 followers plus in a day. No, I started in 2021 and I'm now seeing results in 2024. And I'll tell you, it's a good feeling. It's a very, very good feeling knowing that I can get whatever that I want from my LinkedIn connections and they will come through. So one last tip, okay, last but one tip that I want to give you for free is find a niche. Find something you are good at. If it is graphic designing that you are good at, go out there and sell yourself. Trust me, there are a lot of money, millions, dollars, pounds that you can make on LinkedIn. Just know your onions. How do you know your onion? You are good at graphic designing. just start posting about graphic designing. Start providing value to the people on LinkedIn, and it will surprise you how much you would get in return. If you are good at pictures, there are some people that are good at writing captions. Sometimes I see their captions and I'm like, wow, just polish it a little and just start showing up on LinkedIn. Consistency, it really, really pays in LinkedIn. Be consistent. Way back in JHS, ICT, when we were learning, what did they even call that thing? I don't remember. But then I remember the acronym that we were using, WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. Like what you input into your computer, it is the same thing you get when you print out.
Garbage in, garbage out.
That good.
Garbage
It is
in,
the
garbage
same thing. It also works so well on LinkedIn. You do unto others what you want others to do unto you. That is the golden rule I give to all the people that are in.
Send me the number for this for us.
Hello? Oh, okay. That is what I tell all the people that I come into contact with. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Garbage in, garbage out. If you want likes, what do? You like the post of others. If you want comments, what do? You comment on the post of others. If you want people to repost your post, what do? You repost their post. Whatever that you want the people on LinkedIn, your LinkedIn connections, your LinkedIn friends, eventually they are going to be a community, and some would even turn out to be family. Some people are even going to get girlfriends and wives on LinkedIn. You do unto them what you want them to do unto you. You comment strategically. You look for the big accounts. Omo post now, oma making. Just read the post, get a fair idea, add 1 or 2 things to it and comment. Remember that Elon Musk will not come to like your posts. But then when Elon Musk make a post and you go and comment under Elon Musk's post and you know your onions, you know what you are seeing, you've commented. Meanwhile, you are a service provider. Let's take it like me, as I'm venturing to be a ghostwriter. If I go to comment on Elon Musk's post, I know my onions, so I've input sense in the comments. The comment is given, the comment has to give, right? The comment is given, and somebody is also coming to comment. Meanwhile, the person is looking for a ghostwriter. Because my headline is strong, and in my headline, I've indicated that I'm a ghostwriter, it would be very easy for the person to reach out to me because the person had gotten to know that I know my onions just by the that small comments that I commented under the post. Yes, please.
Wow, you are giving us all the secrets. You've given us all of the secrets, and
Angela,
I have my
please, I'm
notebook
wrapping
here.
up.
Yeah.
I'm wrapping up. Yeah. So, guys, just show up on LinkedIn, be consistent, know your onions, and Rome wasn't built in a day, so start. You make mistakes and you learn from your mistakes. If you show up and it works for you, bingo. If it doesn't, you learn from your mistakes and you try again. LinkedIn is a try and error thing. The more you keep on trying, the more you keep on becoming perfect. So my people, it has been nice having you all. It's been nice talking to all of you here. And I can't wait to see the amazing feat you are all going to achieve on LinkedIn. As I said, always available. If you want to reach out to me, just connect with me on LinkedIn. The name that you are seeing on the screen is the same name I have on LinkedIn. Just send a connection request to me, send me a message, and let's pick it up from there. I'm more than welcome to help you guys grow your network. And last thing, garbage in, garbage out, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. That is my golden rule for LinkedIn. And that is the last thing I'm leaving you guys with. I hope you enjoyed this webinar and you make the most out of it. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was very, very educative. Now we'll quickly move on to our second speaker. And our second speaker is Mr. Rashid. Quickly, I'll read Mr. Rashid's profile to our hearing, and then he'll take it from there. So Mr. Rashid is a results-driven renewable energy engineer dedicated to driving sustainable development, particularly the Sustainable Developmental Goal 7, which is affordable and clean energy. He's recognized as a 4-time LinkedIn top voice in project management and entrepreneurship, leveraging over 5 years of LinkedIn experience with strong background in learning. That's at 3.5 years and 1.5 years in business development. Mr. Rashid, can you hear me?
Hello, Angie. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Kindly take the floor. And you have just 15 minutes for your delivery.
Thank you. Thank you for that timestamp. It helps. The technical team, I'm trying to share my screen. I don't know if you can allow accessibility to do that. So I'm trying to share my screen with okay. So kindly make my PC the host because I'll be sharing from my PC. So if you can make right. So whilst the technical team assist me with that, I'd just like to say that that was a very beautiful and spot on presentation by my colleague Ajua. I concur on the fact that UMass is the best university in Ghana. If you disagree, I mean, it's all up to you. But then, trust me, UMass is indeed the best. Uh, the technical team. So I've joined with 2 devices, right? So if you can see the one that has PC on it, kindly make that the host because I'll be sharing from there. All right. I can see a lot of people disagreeing with me on the fact that UMass is the best university, but hey, it is what it is. All right.
Mr. Rashid, I don't know if they've started sharing your screen, but then
Yeah, Angie.
maybe you can start with your delivery and then we'll work that out behind the scenes.
Okay, so I think this can actually be solved in a bit. So I've joined with 2 devices. So if you can see the one that has PC on it, I would have loved that we have the graphics on whilst I present. Technical team, kindly do what to assist me with that. I'll be
And
really happy.
I can see a hand up, but I am very sorry. We'll be giving time for questions and answers, but if there is anything, you can please drop it in the chat box and then we'll attend to you. Thank you.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I think maybe I can manage to. I would have really loved that I'm able to project what I have here, but it's fine. It's fine. All right. So thank you all for joining. My name is Rashid Latif, as already been introduced. And I'm here to just share my small know-how just a disclaimer first of all that this is not a blueprint to succeeding on LinkedIn. This is just my story. I believe each and every one of us have their uniqueness. What would work for you might not work for me, and so what would work for you might not work for me, and so we all have our uniqueness, right? So this is not a blueprint. This is just my story that I think you can learn a thing or two from. I always like to begin with some numbers, right? So some numbers from the horse's own mouth. This is from a link 2020 report. It says that 30 million plus
Mr. I
employers.
think you can share your screen now.
All right. All right. Let me do that quickly. Kindly let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Yes, we can see now.
Awesome. Awesome. Right. So I like to always begin with some numbers. This is from the horse's mouth. Millions, that is a common, word we are seeing here. Millions, mentors, mentees, recruiters, right? Numbers always drive action. And for me, the most striking thing here, I would like all of us to take away is that 9 out of 10 employers use LinkedIn in the hiring process. So for 90% of the time, right, you have the probability that your next recruiter, right, your next employer would go to LinkedIn, check what you are doing there before they are able to hire you. Definitely, first impression counts. Definitely, and Ajua makes the point quite stuck when she says that garbage in, garbage out, right? Yeah. Well, I see that the LinkedIn algorithm in itself is a petty algorithm. Uh, And I once heard in a presentation by one colleague that the LinkedIn algorithm is like that. If you do me, I do you, man, no go vex, right? So it goes to reinforces that point. Now, when you look at all these profiles, and pardon, apologies if you see your face here or your profile here, time wouldn't allow me to ask for permission from all of you. Now, the moral lesson here for all of us is the common denominator from all these profiles. And what I say is professionalism, right? Look at all these profiles. Our amazing speaker, Ajua, our main speaker for today, Mr. Seth, our host, Abednego Ihrin, this is it, right? So I will not do a lot of talking because Ms. Ajua has done, equally a lot of talking on how to, go about with your profile picture and all of that. Definitely you should look professional. Whatever you see here from the summary to their names to their, about everything looks professional. You see the backgrounds here and all of that. So that definitely would be the first impression for your next recruiter or for your next employer. Now, if you are here and you don't have an account yet, or you are yet to really take LinkedIn serious, I'd like you to have a certain mindset and our very favorite food, right? I know a lot of us here, we have a favorite food here. I'd like you to help me identify this in the comments, right? Quickly, if you can identify this for me in the comments, I'll be really grateful. Awesome. Amazing. So I can see some comments trooping in. Definitely. This is my favorite, and I know for a lot of the guys here, this most likely would be your favorite as well. Well, there are a lot of lessons we can learn from my favorite food and favorite food for quite a number of you here, with regards to the mindset that we are approaching LinkedIn with. And I say so because on most platforms, just like Ajua mentioned before, she would gain entry into the LinkedIn space. She was all about these other platforms like WhatsApp, she was Snapchatting and all of that. Now, let's look at how we typically portray our love for for gobe, our favorite food on other platforms. So on Snapchat, typically you have people, streaking their friends and family with, their favorite food, gobe, most likely. You have because Instagram is mostly cool for pictures and all of that. You have a very nice photo, with a very nice caption. Here is a cool photo of my gobe. Let's just hypothesize that gobe is music. On Spotify, you have a very nice screenshot, and then someone will come and tell you that I'm listening to gobe, right? So on all these other platforms, this is how typically you'd have, people portray their love for gobe, which would serve as a key to us here as we drive some moral lessons on our LinkedIn mindsets. Now on LinkedIn, let's look at how would like to portray our love for Gobe, right? This same Gobe that we are streaking our people with and not really adding some professional touch to it. Now I am eating my Gobe, right? I take a nice picture of it. I come and portray it to the world on LinkedIn, but I add some professional touch to it. Probably I could make it a profession, or maybe that's something I do already. Maybe that's something I can do affiliate marketing from. You could even recommend gobe for the gobe joints you eat from, and then be making some sales out of it. It could be a net a generator of some additional side hustle for you. So on LinkedIn, you typically want to have someone say that I hope to operate a gobe joint, right? After portraying their love for gobe and all of that, I am looking for a job at a gobe joint. And of course, gobe is just, an object of representation here for us. It could be a job you are looking for. It could be your love for rocks. You went out there to a restaurant. uh, what is the moral lesson you could derive from it? What is that professional touch you can add to it? I have 3 years of experience selling gobe. It is the same gobe we are eating, but then we are giving a professional perspective to it, right? My top skills are selling and preparing gobe, right? So typically, this is the kind of mindset you should be looking at once you're on the platform. Case in point, a very amazing lady, guys, and I believe all of you here speak Twi. Lady or a shoemaker, but go and check out her LinkedIn profile. She's commanding over 25,000 following on LinkedIn just because she is portraying and adding professional touch to what she does, right? There are millions of shoemakers out there, but trust me, this lady is mounting stages. She's going all over the world because she has decided to add this professional touch to what she does. And so it goes to reinforce the points and the moral lesson we have driven right now from Gobe, our favorite food, that no matter what it is you are doing, just like Ajua mentioned, you could be a graphics designer, you could potentially land $1 million projects, contracts that can change your life forever because you decided to add this professional touch to whatever you are doing. And I wouldn't talk much. Edna Frimpong is an amazing lady. She's on LinkedIn. You can check her out, what she's doing, and she's doing some amazing stuff. The key takeaway and the key learning for us all of here would be that we should look at tailoring our online presence to the platform. I am a newbie to Snapchat, but I've come to understand what it is meant for. Daily activities, update family and close relations. And so I make sure that I tailor the content that I put there to what the platform requires, right? So on LinkedIn, I'm charging you that as you start to take LinkedIn serious or embark on this journey, you focus on professionalism and how your skills can benefit your career in the long run. Now, Ajua makes this point, and I would like to reinforce it. Humble beginnings, right? Don't look at the numbers and let it scare you. Ajua has a beautiful profile. I am growing my profile. I'm not there yet. Mr. Set has I'm an amazing profile. You can look at the numbers and then sometimes you are pressured. No, it shouldn't be the case. These people started like you are doing. And this arrow you see here, I say is the points, the waiting points, the points that determines someone who will thrive or be successful at this LinkedIn stuff and someone who will not do so well. Because it is at this point that you have done your homework. Let me borrow Mr. Just words. You know your onions, right? And then you are doing all the right things. People are not responding to it. People are not connecting to you. People are not, commenting on your post. Just be consistent, right? And it will get to a point where you cross this threshold, and then you're able to command a very huge following, because people admire consistency. People really do admire consistency, and the LinkedIn platform is a very good testament to this fact. Now, the consistency game is what I call LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not a game of numbers, trust me. The most consistent at the end of the day wins. Now, you can read more about the LinkedIn algorithm for better understanding of this fact that I make here. Just like I mentioned when I was starting the presentation, LinkedIn algorithm is very petty. It is such that if you do me, I do you, man, no go vex. If you are the kind that really engages, that is how it is going to portray your profile. So sometimes you end up seeing a lot from people. It's because they are also giving in a lot, right? So this is another point that I like to make. The best form of mentorship. Before I even highlight this point, I like to say that a very easy way for you to really thrive on this platform is by learning from people. God knows the number of times, and I always say this, I have never sat through even a 30-minute LinkedIn optimization session. No, I have not done anything like that. All I do is to learn from people. I click on this person's profile. I go to what they are doing, the courses they are taking, what are they doing? Do I aspire to be like that? That is how I learn from them. And so I say that the best form of mentorship is by doing this too, right? You go to someone's DM and tell them you want to be a mentor, and it's like you're burdening, you have become more or less like a responsibility to them. This is someone who is looking to, you know, make their next sale, sign off their next contract, and you want them to mentor you, and you come across also, with this professional touch to it. Okay, I want to be your mentee, and it adds to their responsibility. It has this, burden to it. So I say the best form of mentorship is by taking their courses. So after taking their courses, you go to them and say, "Hey, I've taken this course," and that will be the point of entry for you. So I say that the best form of mentorship is by looking at people's profile, learning from it, and then growing also. Uh, and I have a personal, testimony to this fact, right? It all started by, this is my boss, by the way, an amazing person. He's based in the UK. I got a job offer from him, and let me tell you the story. I started by following him, right? So when I start following people, I don't connect. I just follow you and then turn on the notification. So whatever you post out there, I see it. I see your content and all of that, right? So I've been liking this man's videos. I've been watching him. If there's any consistent person in this what I have seen, it is this man. Almost every single day he's putting out content about his niche. So I follow him. I like him. I consume his content, and I send him a message, right? After he has connected. So one time I think I commented on one of his content, and then he came to connect with me. I didn't have to connect with him because I was presenting some value. Now he comes to connect with me, and then that gives me a point of entry. I go to his DM, and then I tell him about what he's doing, how he's inspiring myself and some young Africans out there. And then that's it. One-on-one with CEO. I meet the entire team, some amazing people here, Janet and Brian, my colleagues. And then that's it. I'm sitting through, you know, meetings that's, turn out, millions of dollars. We are discussing millions of dollars, and me, small boy, small Ghanaian boy, I'm sitting through that. So I said that LinkedIn is serious business, guys. And as you start to embark on this journey, I wish you the very best of luck. I just have 15 minutes, so I kept this very short. But ultimately, what I'm saying to you is that learn from people. Click on that person's profile, learn from them. There's no need to do plenty and hosheshe, right? Just go out there, look at what they are doing, tap from it, and then you can come back to them again for feedback. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Nigos Hub. I hope I've been able to impart some knowledge to someone here. Feel free to connect with me. I'm always available. You can send me a message, connect, and turn our dreams into realities. Over to you, Angie.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rashid. That was such an enlightening presentation. Because of time now, we will quickly move to our main speaker. And it's now my honor to introduce our main speaker, Mr. Seth Charles Adeje. I'm very sorry if I didn't pronounce so well, but Mr. Seth, please, if you are here and you can hear me clearly, kindly take the virtual floor.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. And thank you for all the other speakers who've taken the lead. I'd like to share my screen.
I'm very sorry. I am very sorry. Let me quickly go through his profile. It looks like I didn't do that for the main speaker. So let me do that
Exactly.
very, very, very quick. I am so sorry. So he's a highly experienced learning and development professional with 2 decades of expertise, including 10 years in the mining industry, skilled in content development, training, and assessment. He possesses a master's degree in learning and development from the European International University, located in Paris, and a certification from Society for Human Resource Management, SHRMCP, and an Australian Set 4 trainer and assessor. He's currently a specialist content development superintendent for the African Mining Services, AMS. So that was the profile for Mr. Seth. Kindly go ahead, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Angela. And yes, you did mention my name right. It's Adeje. So you had it spot on. Okay. So 1 minute, let me. Share the screen. Can you please indicate if it is showing?
Yes, please. We can see your screen.
All right, thank you very much. So it looks very much like the earlier speakers have actually covered a whole lot. I actually have a note here that I was using whilst their speeches was going on, so I cancel some of the stuff I was going to touch on because Ajua and Rashid, they've pretty much covered majority of what I had to say. So they've made my work quite easy. However, I would try to glance over some of them just to impress the points deep down into the minds of everyone who is participating here. All right. So jumping into it, Rashid gave some very good figures, and I would want to top that up too. The final one really reiterates what he presented, that 97%, about 97% of HR folks use LinkedIn in their talent hunt. So this is a big deal now. If we have 97% of HR folks globally using LinkedIn, it is one place that you really need to be if you are looking at advancing your career. Again, we've got 830 million members there, and we've got about 14 million open jobs. So it's a big deal. It's not just any other social media platform that if you feel like it, you've got to be on. It's become a necessity now. All right. So in this speech, we'll be taking a look at how to build a standout profile, even though there are a lot of points already given by Rashid and Ajua. Okay. I seem to be hearing myself. Is it? Okay. And then how to network effectively, and then leveraging LinkedIn for opportunities. So these points, much of these points have already been reiterated by Ajua and Rashid. A professional looking picture is critical. Well, I happen to be a graphic artist, so I could kind of manipulate stuff. You don't have to go all fancy and try and say pinpoint edit stuff. If you could, yes, don't go wild. This is a professional. But if you do not have any of these skills, just like it's already been said, just take a clean headshot that looks professional and you're good to go. The other point is your headline too. It's got to be very concise and consistent. With university students who do not have lots of mileage under their careers, you would want to keep it clear, indicate the university you are with, what you are majoring in, and what you aspire to be. But if you have some mileage in your career, you could go quite short. Like I have it here, L&D strategist artist. It seems less descriptive, but because I've got quite some mileage in my career, it is easy to state it this way, and those who matter most would understand what it is. So again, to borrow Rashid's words, there is no hard and fast rule to this thing. Okay, there's no hard and fast rule to this thing. So these are all suggestions that are being thrown out. The next point we'd want to get to is the summary area. Okay. So you've got to think of your summary as an elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a short presentation of yourself, and it is called an elevator pitch because in a high-rise building that uses elevators, you might find yourself with a person who is quite influential, and the person might ask, hey, what's up? What do you do? You would want to be able to get out of your system to this person in the shortest possible time, what you're about, what your aspirations are, and what makes you stand out. So you've got to consider the about or the summary area as an elevator speech. So it should tell your story in a very concise and engaging way. So you could start with a strong opening that grabs attention, and then you highlight your key skills, experiences, and what you're looking for. Before I proceed, we've got to know that lots of people use LinkedIn for various reasons. Others want to be influencers, so the target is to get lots of followers. Others are simply looking for a job, so they want to present themselves as very competent people. So you've got to know what your purpose is for on LinkedIn, and that would help you in crafting or strategizing your approach to this. So a quick example, coming back to where we are, a quick example of the summary section or the about section is to go this way. I'm not going to use mine. So let's say you're a data scientist, right? So you could write that as an aspiring data scientist with a passion for machine learning, I've developed strong analytical and problem-solving skills through various projects and internships. I'm guessing someone is unmuted, so it's appearing with it.
Okay, I'm very sorry for that, Mr. Seth. But kindly be reminded to mute your microphones immediately you join our virtual meeting. The technical team would handle that, please. Some few seconds.
Right. Awesome. Hey. So here we are. So let me go over it again, or let me continue. So you could state if you are a student, because I believe much of the participants of this webinar are students. So if you're a student, you could continue by adding that I'm currently in my final year at KNUST or UMatt, where I've excelled in coursework such as Python programming and statistical analysis, and I'm seeking opportunities to apply my skills in a dynamic and innovative company like yours. Or this is you're about, so you do not have a specific person you're talking to, but in this short, say 2 or 3 paragraph summary of yourself, a person should get a clear picture of who you are and what your aspirations are. So we are trying to build a very standout profile, right? Moving on. If we focus on our experience and our education, we will again give the chance for people glancing through our profiles to know what we are about without even reaching out to us. if you are a new student, okay, you might not have the opportunity to present stuff like what we have on the screen. Again, I didn't want to go dig up someone's profile. That's why I have this one as a placeholder. So for your work experience, you could use action verb and quantify your achievements wherever possible. So instead of just saying, I worked on data analysis or I worked as a training coordinator, well, you could say, I conducted data analysis using, say, Python to improve marketing strategies, resulting in this or that. So you do not just want to state your experience as bullet points. You'd want to give a bit of clarity. So for example, with mine here, it tells the role I play and how far it reaches. So you'd want to be a bit descriptive with your experience. And do not worry if you are still a student, you still have some experiences. Remember the internship you engaged in, you should be able to put that there as an experience. If you volunteered, you should be able to put it there as an experience. Okay, do not belittle yourself because you haven't been given an appointment letter yet. If you're a student or you are a service person, please put these ones there, okay? And again, be patient. You'll be able to build it up. But for now, put what you have there and be as descriptive as possible when you put it there. Same with your education, okay? So list the university you are attending or have attended if you are a graduate, the degree, and the relevant coursework or projects. This is also critical. You do not have the experience as people who've worked in the industry for 10 years, so you'd want to rely on these stuff you did at school to indicate how unique you are. All right. So glancing through what we've gone through so far, building a standout profile, remember to have a professional photo. Your headline should be compelling. Your summary should be well crafted. You've got to give a detailed experience on your work experience and education sections. And remember, if you do not have a formal work experience, always rely on your internships and your volunteering work you've participated in. Now, the relevant skills and endorsements, these are invitations or requests that you can throw out to industry experts or professors from your university for them to write a short 1-paragraph or 2-paragraph recommendation to help others see that, oh, this guy is recommended by this person. Okay. So let me track back a little bit. With the skills and training, these are non-academic or non-formal trainings that you could acquire, okay? And these skills and endorsements are made by people in your connection, okay? So you could have project management skill popping up in front of others, and they get to recommend that, yes, this person is going to be a good person in project coordination, in training. I'm guessing some other person is unmuted, so we've got to fix that before we proceed. Hello. All right, good. So the other thing, like Rashid again said, what you do unto others is what others will do unto you on LinkedIn. So you can also go and endorse others for skills that you know they are good at. Once you do these things, they get notified. And there's a high chance that they would also search for the skills that you might be skilled in for them to endorse. These help you to stand out to recruiters if they are looking for people with certain skills and qualities. All right. And then moving on to the recommendation that I started touching on, you could always send invitations to known people or highly and relevant people on LinkedIn for them to write recommendations for you. Guess what? You are not there yet, but others have already taken the lead to get far. Your professors or others high in the industry. And once they write recommendations that, yes, I've worked with this guy before, or he's been an intern here before, and I recommend him for this or that, this is a huge boost for you in order to stand out from among your peers. And then multimedia additions, you've got to write articles or share your insights as much as you could. Now, this is the thing. Imposter syndrome could set in. And what do I mean by this? The fact that you aren't highly experienced in your field professionally might be the crippling point for you to think that, hey, what can I share that others do not know? Do not fall trapped to that feeling, because no matter which level you are, there is still something you can share that someone would find important. Another thing to help you fight this feeling of being irrelevant and not posting enough or sharing your thoughts enough is when you are looking at numbers. If you are a numbers junkie, where you are looking at profiles that have, say, 200K followers or say 50K followers, and you've got 200 followers, you might think you are so insignificant that whatever it is you post might sound as though you are being cocky. But no, don't fall prey to that feeling. Whatever it is, the most basic idea you have in your field, so long as you verify that it is right, go ahead and share it. There might be others who already know what you've shared, but they would know that you are putting in efforts to still educate someone. And with the others who do not know, they will learn something. Believe me, there are people who might have passed your level and might be excelling in their careers as managers, but might not have studied what you are posting, because when they were in school, it wasn't part of the curriculum. So do not belittle yourself in posting articles and thoughts on LinkedIn. Again, it helps you to be relevant in your field. Right. So we're done with creating the right profile. Is that it? Should we just go and sleep? No, the work is not done yet. The next thing is to remember to network. Oh, apologies. There's a lawnmower. That's all right. So you've got to network effectively. Okay. Networking effectively is one of the most powerful tools you could have on LinkedIn, because it is not just about who you know, but also who knows you, right? You might know 1,000 people, but it is irrelevant if they don't know you. We all know Dangote, right? We all know Elon Musk. We all know Bill Gates. It is a whole different picture if Dangote knows you personally, or if that LinkedIn influencer knows you personally. So it is important to consider that you just following isn't enough, but then you've got to connect, right? And we'll take a look at a couple of things that would help us to network effectively. One is to connect with purpose. So first, let's talk about connecting with purpose, okay? It's important to be strategic about who you connect with on LinkedIn. So you can start by connecting with people you know, classmates, professors, and colleagues from internship. Then, after that, you've got to expand your network by connecting with professionals in your field. So people you might not necessarily know, but they are in your field, are good people to connect, because they can now relate that, well, there is this engineering lady who's connecting with me. It's very easy to connect with a person like that, because we are social animals as humans, right? We want to connect with people we are familiar with and who we have common interests with. Again, other good people to connect with are alumni from your university. and also industry leaders. Okay. Remember when you're okay, so please remember that when you're sending connection requests, always personalize your message. Okay. So a simple note explaining who you are and why you'd like to connect can make a huge difference. So for example, instead of the generic, I'd like to add you to my professional network, try something like, hi, my name is Amma. I'm a senior at UMatt studying data science. I've been following your work in, say, machine learning and would love to connect and learn more about your career path. Those personalized messages help because the person knows that you've put in effort, or it's a deliberate connection, not the sporadic click to connect thing. They will know that you took time because you are mentioning specific things about them. All right. Moving on, remember, already touched on by Rashid and Ajoa, I believe, you've got to engage with content, okay? Being active on LinkedIn by liking, commenting, and sharing posts can significantly increase your visibility. So comment on posts from your connections and industry influencers so that you can start conversations and showcase your expertise. Sometimes you might even ask questions on the post, which will spark up discussions, and then you can share your thoughts. Again, do not feel inferior, thinking that this high person in his career has posted a thing, and who am I to even go ask questions or add my thoughts? It is, don't belittle yourself in this regard, okay? Go ahead and share. It makes you stand out. Additionally, like I already said, remember to create your own content. So you can create your own content, repost other people's stuff, share articles, insights from your coursework, or thoughts on industry trends. Actually, there is a huge amount of content. There is a huge amount of content at our disposal. Only if we look deeper into the stuff we do every day, we could glean lots of content that we could share online. Okay. The other thing too is to remember to join and participate in certain groups. So if your niche is human resource management, look out for such groups, join them, post your stuff, because then you have like-minded people who are sharing insights or who would find your contribution very, very interesting to engage with. Okay. The next thing too is to message right. Okay. So messaging etiquette. Let's now talk about this. When you're reaching out to someone on LinkedIn, always be professional. Remember, this is not a dating app, even though I've already heard from the speakers that some are finding their love on LinkedIn. Well, good for them. But LinkedIn is primarily not for dating or for leisure activities. LinkedIn is for professional connection. So remember, always be professional and respectful. And then introduce yourself clearly and state the purpose of your message upfront. One of the most strange things that people do on LinkedIn is simply coming, hi, good morning. And that's it. It's more effective to greet it, fine, but then continue with your message. Much of the time, you might not get a response from a very busy person if you just hit the person up with, hi, how are you? You've got to go straight to your point. So for example, if you're reaching out to someone for advice, you might say, hi, Delphina, I'm a final year student at UMatt studying data science. I came across your profile and I'm impressed by your work in machine learning. I'm currently exploring career paths and would greatly appreciate any advice you could share. Short, sharp, sweet. There's no need to write an entire thesis and delay people's time. Remember, these are professional folks on this social media app, and they are already busy, but they take some of the time to engage there. So you'd want to keep your messages short, sharp, and sweet, all right? So follow up if you do not get a response. much of the time, it is not that you are being ignored. We've all been there where we send a message to a person who is quite high up the corporate ladder and we do not get a response and we are thinking, oh my God, did I piss him off? Does he think I'm not worthy enough? It might not be that, okay? High chances that they might have missed your message among the plethora of messages they've been receiving daily. So it is good to follow up if you do not get a response, but remember, be patient. Okay, people are very busy, so be patient and respectful of their time. Always remember to aim to be concise and to straight to the point. No need to dribble and impress with crazy grammar. Go straight to your point, okay? After the messaging and hopefully you having a response, it is good to maintain relationships. Before I proceed, is my slide still showing?
Yes, please, it is.
All right, perfect. Thank you. So remember to maintain relationships, right? One of the good things that you could use so that you stay relevant is ensuring that you have a continuous relationship. It is not just a matter of having the connection, but keeping it warm, okay? So building a network is just the beginning. Maintaining those relationships is equally important. So remember to keep in touch with your connections by engaging with your posts, sending occasional check-ins, or sharing articles or opportunities that might interest them. Okay, so there might even be a role opening somewhere. You might simply toss it over to this superintendent, manager, supervisor that, hey, I saw this thing. I think it might be a great fit for you. Do you think you're interested? They might not be interested, but it helps the person know that you are keeping them in mind, which in turn keeps you in their mind, okay? Like it's already said, garbage in, garbage out. What you do unto others will be done to you. So you can also leverage LinkedIn features such as the congratulations on work anniversaries. These things are already pre-made messages. It might sound a bit cliche, but it works, okay? It works. So you can utilize these things to send people happy anniversary. And it's a feel-good thing for people to know that, oh, so someone is paying attention to my work anniversary, all right? All right. So let's bring it in a full circle right now, that if you need to network effectively, you've got to connect with purpose. Remember people in your circle, and then you can expand in your industry and then to the wider world. Remember to engage with content, join and participate in groups. You've got to practice good messaging etiquette. Please remember that. And then maintain the relationship, all right? So these are the tips in networking effectively. Moving on to the final part. Okay. Perfect. So moving on to the final part, leveraging LinkedIn for opportunities. Now we've crafted a very good profile. We've networked. Now we've got to milk this opportunity to our advantage. Okay. So LinkedIn has grown into a very, very powerful tool, right? It offers a variety of tools to help you find job opportunities. So we could start by using the job search feature. It is in there. Many people do not know, but it is in there, okay? So you could choose to filter job offers by location, industry, experience level, and more. So you can actually narrow to what you could really hammer, okay? Because when you go there, we've got about 14 million jobs. You do not want to go looking for a needle in a haystack, right? You'd want to be very deliberate and straight to the point. So you don't, if you are a person like me who is into HR and talent management, I do not want to get into areas where it is, say, dance job offers. I'm not going to be a dancer, so I don't want to go there. So you could use these filters to narrow in to your job search so that you can hammer right.
Oh,
Okay, another loose mic. All right, that's taken care of. So the next thing is to set up job alerts to receive notifications. Because granted, we are all busy. Even though you are a student, you're as busy as a worker, right? You've got lots of things to do. So you cannot constantly be jumping onto LinkedIn to be hunting for job offers or opportunities for internship. But you can always set up job alerts so that you can receive notifications about new job postings that match your criteria. So in this way, you'll be among the first people to notice and also to apply. Okay. Much of the time, I've worked in HR for years. Much of the time, there is a cutoff date for applicants to apply. Other times, there's a cutoff number of desired applicants. So the closing date might be 2 weeks from now, but if in the first week we get appropriate applicants, why wait? So you'd want to jump in as early as possible so that you are among the first applicants. And you can do that if you utilize this job search feature and get the notifications up. So it's good to set up your account. Great. Another thing, right? Another powerful way to leverage LinkedIn is by following companies and influencers in your field. So this keeps you updated on industry trends and job openings and company news. So engage with your post by liking, commenting, and sharing their insights, just like we've already touched on. And remember that this not only keeps you informed, but also increases your visibility among the potential employers. So there are a couple of good influencers like Steve Ajay. I follow him because I've worked with him before. However, if I have not even worked with him, I'll still follow him because he's in the mining industry and that is the field I am in. So I'd want to really keep tabs on that. Companies too, apart from following the influencers, you'd want to follow the companies. These days, companies do post job openings or opportunities for internships on their LinkedIn pages. So you'd want to follow these ones so that you also know what is happening. Again, some companies would post their year strategy or say their 5-year strategies. So once you keep yourself abreast with what is happening in the industry, whenever it is you're engaging with the person in there, guess what? You already have the cheat codes to steer the discussion towards what matters most to such companies. So this is another strategy tool we can use in leveraging LinkedIn for our opportunities. And then, like I already touched, showcase your work. So use LinkedIn to showcase your work. You might not be at a stage where you would have your website where it is totally dedicated to you. So use LinkedIn as much as you can. LinkedIn has an article writing part, which is not even just this post, which writes it like a blog or which presents it like a blog. You'd want to take advantage of this as much as you can. Okay, so do not get intimidated when, say, you get to my profile and you realize, oh, Seth has a personal website, adigi.com. It's because I can, but it's not a requirement. LinkedIn is as powerful. Okay. I think the technical team behind the scenes are doing extremely well to keep these microphone bandits from messing everything up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So please take advantage of LinkedIn as much as you can to publish your articles and share your presentations. LinkedIn has those offers. You can share even PDF where it is going to be presented like slides or even PowerPoint presentations. Take advantage of these features that LinkedIn has. Okay. If you've got projects that you can share to the public, you can upload them directly to your profile. So when you do these things, it adds depth to your profile and demonstrates your skills and expertise to potential employers. So it just isn't a CV tool as many people use it, where they create a profile, put in their experience, put in their education, and just go to sleep. Now it's just a CV. This time around, you can utilize it as a CV and again, show what your current thoughts and knowledge in your industry is, okay? All right. Again, if you would want to say showcase your work, you can add sections for certifications, volunteer works, and projects. For example, my SHRM certification, my membership in SHRM isn't an academic qualification, but it's a certification. Mindset 4 certification is a professional-based certification. Others might have Imperial College of Mines and Safety certification in health and safety. All these things you can post articles on, even though you've updated your CV portion of your LinkedIn profile. You can write thoughts on these things. So if someone might have missed it from your profile, your articles you've written would steer people's attention back to the fact that, whoa, this lady has this qualification, okay? So let's take advantage of these things. We do not want to leave any opportunity untouched. Again, LinkedIn presents, like we've already touched, it gives you the opportunity to engage with recruiters, because so long as there's a job offer portion, you would get the opportunity to engage with recruiters. So we've got to know that many recruiters actively search for candidates and post about job openings. So do not hesitate to reach out to them. Yes, you might apply, but reach out to these ones. And when messaging a recruiter, remember, be professional and concise. They're dealing with thousands of people. So remember to keep it professional, okay? It might be a pretty lady who you are contacting. Keep it professional, guys, okay? And the same with the ladies. If you are dealing with a guy who you kind of like his vibe, remember, this is a professional platform. Keep it as such. Introduce yourself, mention the position you are interested in, and highlight why you are the best fit for that, okay? So again, an example could be that, hi, my name is Cynthia. I'm a data science student at Kwame Nkrumah University of Mines and Technology. I am very interested in the data analyst position at, say, Microsoft. I have experience in, say, Python, Java, and statistical analysis, which I believe align well with the job requirements. I'd love to discuss how my skills can contribute to your team, and then you leave it as open as that. Okay. Engage with them. Do not leave things to chance, okay? If you leave it to chance, the ones who engage are the ones who get the front row seats. So engage with them, and remember, keep it professional. Now, this is one feature that I would want to touch on, utilizing LinkedIn Learning. This is a standard feature for the paid version. So if you have a premium account, then you can have access to this. However, certain universities also kind of have access. So certain students of certain universities have access to LinkedIn Learning. I do not know about the university that you are in, but much of the time, your say library ID could give you access to some of these courses. Take advantage as much as you could, okay? If you have a paid one, then yes, you utilize it as much as you can. But if you're a student and your student ID gives you this pass, take as much courses that are relevant to your field as you can, okay? And it is a certification course. Like, these are certification courses that goes directly onto your LinkedIn profile that boosts it up. So if you have access to this, please take advantage of it. But I understand that not everyone has access to this. Great. So bringing this third part to a full circle. Leveraging LinkedIn opportunities involves job search tools, following companies and influencers, showcasing your work, engaging with recruiters, and utilizing LinkedIn Learning if you have access to this. So these strategies would really, really help you discover and secure opportunities that align with your career goals. So we've covered quite a lot here, okay? From building a standout profile to networking effectively and leveraging LinkedIn for opportunities. Thankfully, Ajwa and Rashid, did I get it right? Yes. They thawed everyone up, gave their life experiences and great insights to how to navigate this field. Remember, it is great to have the numbers, but it's always quality over quantity. If you have huge numbers and the ones in there are quality, that's very great. If you are still building yourself up, but you are deliberate about networking, that is also very great. Be patient with yourself, give it time, because all the ones you're seeing with these K followers, as in thousands of followers, they started with good effort, deliberate approach, and patience. Okay. So I would want to round it up here. I believe that this has been much more of a lecture, so there might be lots of questions behind, and I believe there will be an opportunity for Q&As. But until that, I would want to thank all of you guys for having me here, and it was a great opportunity to present these skills. You might already know some of the things I presented, but we try not to reinvent the wheel, just to reiterate what works and remind everyone of strategies that are effective. So thanks, guys, once more, and I want to give the platform back to Angela to keep moderating it. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Seth. Thank you so much for sharing with us your valuable insights. And yes, we'll be taking questions and answers. But just before that, let me run an ad so quickly. So in the beginning, if you missed out, I was talking about the incredible virtual space we are using today, which is a courtesy of the Negros Hub. Negros Hub offers a state-of-the-art virtual platform designed to host a variety of virtual events, from conferences and workshops to meetings and social gatherings. Their platform provides seamless connectivity, interactive tools, and an immersive experience for all participants. If you are here today with us and then you're planning an event and you are also looking for a reliable and innovative virtual space, I highly recommend considering the Negros Hub virtual space. You can learn more about their offerings and get in touch with their team by reaching out via the contact information displayed on the screen. Thank you all for your active participation. So quickly, we will move on to the questions and answers session. But before that, let us also take a moment to connect with each other. Networking is a very key part of today's event. And even before we started the actual meeting, it was an expectation of a few audience. So I would encourage and then invite everyone here to drop their LinkedIn profiles in the chat so that we can follow up and stay connected even after the event. If you do not have a LinkedIn account, I hope at the end of all these deliveries by the speakers, you would be pushed to have a professional LinkedIn account. Thank you so much. So kindly drop your LinkedIn account profiles in the chat box and then we can connect with each other. But now let's take questions and answers. You can direct all questions that you have to the various speakers we had tonight in the chat box, and then I'll be reading them for the appropriate answers. Thank you so much. Yes, I can see the various links, and I would encourage all of us to connect, follow each other, and then keep the connection even after today's event. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Same way, we'll be encouraging you all. I think while Mr. Seth was talking or was delivering, I saw a few people dropping questions. You can bring them up again and then they'll be read out aloud for appropriate answers, please.
Angie, I think I can see Emmanuel Maglo. He says, please elaborate more on the headline. And another person also asked, Alfred Adolfo also asked for elaboration on the headline as well. It's like that's the major challenge
Okay, I think Miss Ajua gave a delivery on that. I don't know if we still have her here, then she can elaborate more on the headlines for our audience.
Hello. Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
loud and
Sorry.
clear.
Kindly mute your microphones as the program is still until. If you have any question, I'll encourage you all to you either raise your hand and then you'll be given the platform to speak out, or you drop your questions in the the chat box. Thank you very much. Ms. Ajwa, kindly go ahead.
Okay, so the headline, as I said, is a brief description, or let's say a tagline, something that talks about you in a summary, even before the person.
Hello, Ms. Ajwa.
Hello?
Yes, please. We couldn't hear you. Can you please come again?
Yeah, I was muted.
Okay.
So I was saying that the headline is a brief summary of you. Something that talks about you, just something little, even before the person gets to view your profile, your headline should sell you. It's like when you are buying a can of milk and you want to know the ingredients. Even before opening the can to pour the milk, you see some descriptions on the label that talks about the ingredients they use in making the milk and the nutrients percentage on the can, even before you open it. Before you open it, you've gotten an idea from that label on it. The same thing applies to LinkedIn. Your headline it appears beneath your name on your LinkedIn profile. So the person sees your profile picture, the person sees your name, and the person sees your headline. And your headline is to sell you, basically, is to give a brief description on you. I don't know if they get me, but then your headline should highlight your personality and interest. It should specify your industry specialization and the type of clients you work with. That is if you are a service provider or if you are into any business, it should talk about the business that you are into. So if, like myself, for instance, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you see my headline, you see that I'm a national service personnel as GNPC. You see that I'm a social media community manager at Janus Digital. You see that I'm a women empowerment advocate. And that is what I stand for on LinkedIn. That is what people know me for. So if you are new, you want to join my connection, you see my profile picture, my headline should sell me out. It should give you a brief knowledge or a brief description of who I am. I don't know if the person asking for the elaboration has gotten it or wants me to go further.
I think it's very clear now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
Is there any other question in the chat box? All I can see is links. Okay, so no one is asking any question. Okay, so I have a question for our panelists, and I think this will go to Mr. Seth. Do you really think verification? Yes, hello. Hello. Is Mr. Seth on the call?
Yes, I'm here.
Confirm you can hear me, please.
Okay. I think I'll let Emeka ask his question first before. So Emeka, you can unmute and ask your question.
It was really a fulfilling and interesting session here. Thank you to the speaker. So I want to ask, what is it about verifying your LinkedIn account? Because recently I've asked to verify my account using my international passport, as it were, my ECOWAS passport. So what's the benefit of verifying my account? And apart from getting jobs, is LinkedIn monetized like other platforms like Facebook, IG, and the rest? And then lastly, can you just comment?
Hi, is it just me who's lost him, or it is he who got off?
Oh,
I think we all lost
my
him,
network.
but
I think he's back now. I think he's back on the phone now.
okay.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I have a very bad network. So I was asking, what are the benefits of verifying your LinkedIn account? Because I've been asked to verify my LinkedIn with my ECOWAS passport. Then the number two question is, what are the benefits of, in fact, how can one become a top voice?
Wow, we lost you again. I think we heard of the verification and the monetization. Those are
How do I
things.
become a top voice in LinkedIn?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Hello,
Hello.
Mr. Ted.
Yeah. All
Please,
right.
did you get his
Yes, I
question?
think you can go ahead to answer the first question he asked. I'm sure he'll come back.
All right. So if I let me reiterate it. So he wants to know the benefit of verification, if it is possible to monetize on LinkedIn, and how to become a top voice on
The
LinkedIn.
top voice. Yes.
Great. So just like in any setting, being verified is an advantage. Okay. It indicates that you are a legit, authentic person to deal with. That's basically it. However, do not get too hung up on that. Okay. We understand verification on various social media platforms have different benefits. Okay, Albert. Okay. So being verified on, say, Twitter or Instagram is still the same principle, but again, it could tie into your question as to monetizing it. At this stage, I haven't discovered, and I stand to be corrected, but I haven't discovered any monetization, straight direct monetization that LinkedIn offers, like YouTube does, or like Facebook and the other big social media giants. But being verified is an indicator that you are a legit person who's registered or who has engaged or is engaged with a known institution. That's by far the benefit of it. And yes, you can there are various ways of getting verified by using your work email or your university provided email, or like you said, your passport and all the rest. It's not a bad thing to get verified, but it is not a make or break feature. For example, if you take a look at my profile, I'm not verified, even though I work with a multinational company where my email address can be used to verify. I might do it along the way, but it is not a big deal for me at this stage. But if you have the opportunity to, you can go ahead and verify it. Again, being verified also kind of nudges the algorithm in a way that presents you or exposes you even more. That's what they have said on their article. So if you have the opportunity, yeah, please go ahead and get verified. And like I tied in monetization, direct monetization from LinkedIn, I haven't yet discovered any that they are offering. However, if you're a top voice on LinkedIn, you could get opportunities, as in speaking opportunities or consulting opportunities, which by extension is giving you opportunities to earn. Like Ajwa said, she had some opportunities because she was quite exposed on LinkedIn. So the indirect way, yes, it works. But the direct way, I do not think currently they do. And then a top voice. Oh, sorry, am I to answer everything or am I to leave it for someone?
I think you can go ahead and answer
All right.
because it was directed to you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me just kill it. So with a top voice, it is easy to be a top voice, but you need to put in work. So you've got to first share insights as much as you can. And then LinkedIn sends you a couple of, say, articles or insights for you to share your opinions. Okay. So it comes a lot. I receive a ton of them. And it is not, I don't think it is limited to, say, people who are already working or people who are, say, highly accomplished in their careers. I believe it is pushed to anyone who churns out content in a certain niche. Okay. So for me, I keep getting lots of these articles from LinkedIn directly on stuff like training and development, on human resource management, recruitment, talent management. And I take time to read them, various articles, and then share my insights. Kind of like a peer review thing, but you're doing it with LinkedIn. So when they probably find your insights to be aligned with what is right or the best business practices, eventually you earn it. So that is the least I could say on the top voice one. I keep doing them as much as they come, and eventually I realize that, okay, I've gotten these various top voice badges. So that's how it works. Tell me if I haven't answered your question right. Then I could go over it again. Okay.
I guess the person is okay, so we can go ahead with the next questions. The next question is from Elikem, and then he's asking that if I am a greenhorn in a particular field, say graphic design, how will I be able to sell myself even though I am new in the said field?
Can I take this?
Yes, please, you can.
Okay. So, how do you talk to your friends? How do you convince your friends to purchase what you are selling? If you are selling on WhatsApp, how do you get people to purchase what you are selling? It is as a result of you constantly showing up every day, you posting your stuff on your status, and you giving the people reasons why they have to buy your stuff. Same thing applies to LinkedIn. You show up on LinkedIn, you talk about your product, you talk about what you do, you provide evidence, you let people write reviews for you, testimonials from the people who have already purchased you. The more you keep on showing up, the more people get to know you. There is this friend of mine on LinkedIn who is growing so well, getting a lot of contracts internationally and locally. Mabel, she's a graphic designer. What did she do? I remember when Mabel was starting her LinkedIn journey, when she wanted to gain the attraction, she did a 30 days LinkedIn challenge. And for the 30 days, every day, she kept on talking about something relating to graphic designing. It was either about how she started, how she got stuck, how she made a mistake. For the 30 days, all the content that she was putting across was about graphic designing. Afterwards, she started giving people value. She started giving people tips, business owners, what to do, why they need a highly looking graphics, why they need a graphic designer for their business. And that was how come she became known. So just keep on showing up. Talk about your products. Talk about the value you want to offer. As a beginner, be focused more on the value before you start to think about the money. When you provide value, the money will come. But then if you are more focused on the money and not providing value. Remember that you are not the only person who is a graphic designer in Ghana. And as it stands, the Nigerians are dominating the LinkedIn space. And they are very good. They know their onion. So as a Ghanaian, if you want to compete, be willing to put in the work, show up, be disciplined, be consistent. And yeah, I think basically that's it. People will get to know you from there. And one thing to be willing to volunteer. You see the influencers, they post, you just go into their DM. Hi, maybe you come to me. Hi, Adjoa, I see you are embarking on this project. I would love to be the graphic designer for you. You do some free works for some time. Then when people start getting to know you, start charging and you'd be good to go. Thank
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Adjoa. I can see a few hands up and we'll take. Okay, I would allow the technical team to unmute the few people who have their hands raised so that they can ask their questions. Let's start with Nana Kwame. Kindly unmute yourself and go ahead with your question.
Hello, good evening. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, but not so clear. Nana Kwame, please, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Kindly go ahead.
Okay. So good evening. My question is about this. So when I go on Instagram or Twitter, and I see that somebody has a lot of following, I want to know the number of people the person is also following, because it kind of shows how big the person is. So for instance, if I follow 3 people and I have 10,000 people following me, then it means that I'm big or I'm influential. But then if I'm following 10,000 people and 10,000 people are following me, it's just like I'm getting a follow back or something like that. So it doesn't really mean I'm that guy. So that also apply to LinkedIn. So for instance, if I see that somebody has 20,000 following on LinkedIn, and then I go into the person's profile and I go and check the connection, the person has about maybe 19,000 connections. To me, it only tells me that the person just connected with as many people to get the connection back, which automatically become their following. Does it really matter?
Okay, Nana Kwame, can you please direct your question to any of the speakers, or we can just ask anyone to answer for you?
Yes, please. Anybody who would want to answer this question.
Okay, so Miss Adjoa, Mr. Rashid, and Mr. Seth, this is for you.
Since I'm the only one who hasn't spoken, I'm tempted to
Yes,
add
yes,
my
yes.
right. So yes, it depends. So on LinkedIn, you have following and then connections, right? So in one of the slides that I presented, I mentioned that for me, this is a personal trick that works for me. So I thrive more on the following for people I look up to, people I would potentially want to tap inspiration and learn from. I don't connect with them, right? I follow them, look at what they are doing in the background, and then when the time is right, when I have something concrete to initiate a conversation about, then I'll enter to probably send a connection and then customize it. It doesn't really matter here on LinkedIn whether or not, just like Mr. Seth mentioned, a very good point that he made. What really are you looking out for? Do you want to just influence people? Do you want the numbers, or you just maybe want to get a job? It depends on what really you want. If someone who just wants a job has 19,000 followers and then they are commanding 20,000 following, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you want to create a space of people who are within the kind of industry you find yourself. Maybe someone might recommend you, someone will see or be interested in what you are doing. So the numbers game really doesn't matter here on LinkedIn. And yes, I'll bet you will be so a guy, sorry for those who do not understand the tree. You are not here to impress anyone, right? just make sure that the space within which you find yourself uh, is filled with people who are interested in what you offer or what you do. I don't know if I have answered your question in any way, but over to you, Angela.
Yes, please. I think my question.
Nana Kwame, are you okay, please?
Yes, please. I'm very okay.
Okay,
Angie,
so let's take the. Okay,
I wanted
okay,
to
Miss
add
Angela. Okay.
so it's an advice that I want to give for a newbie. I would advise that you concentrate more on the value. If your contents are good, if your contents are spot on, the numbers will come. Like you wouldn't even have to do more work. The numbers will come. People will start connecting with you. People will start following you, and you'd get to connect back or follow back. So for beginners, concentrate on the value that you are going to provide. What do you want to do? What do you want to be known for? Provide value, write nice content with your own unique voice. Don't use ChatGPT to write content. Use your own unique voice. It is easier writing content with your own unique voice than to use ChatGPT. And you see, the more you keep on writing content, the more you are giving value to others, the more you are impacting, the more you tend to get the numbers and the visibility that you want. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do not use ChatGPT. Okay, so we'll take the next question from Korika. Please, if you're with me, you can go ahead to ask your question.
Hello,
Hello.
please can you hear me?
Yes, please. We can hear you. Kindly go ahead.
Yeah, good evening to you all, and thank you very much for this opportunity. To the speakers, you've done very well, amazingly well, and to Abednego and his team, you are doing so well. Congratulations, and keep the good work coming. And mine is actually not a question, but a contribution. See, LinkedIn, I joined LinkedIn too, but I'm learning from all these professionals, from Adra to I follow them and I learn, I keep optimizing my profile. And like I just said, right now the school is very competitive and a lot of students are there, and mostly we understand that a manager's kid is in your class. So if you're looking for an opportunity with such a manager's kid, you and him, who will they pick? So LinkedIn is the only platform that I see that people like us who don't have the aunties and uncles and fathers and mothers in big positions, we can get to learn and also connect with such people that are inspiring us daily, so that I got my national service through LinkedIn. Yes, sometimes it's not consistently that if, let's say, you don't know what to post, right? Follow people, like they said, you comment and you like their posts. Don't just like comments, like learn something. And when you learn, implement. We are in this webinar. So after everything that they've said, Mr. Seth said a lot of things, and all the speakers spoke a lot. And after that, if you don't implement, it's like somebody who have not even joined this webinar, right? So implementing what we have learned is equally important in developing ourselves and as professionals. And also one thing I would like to add is some friends that I know, colleagues, he's doing national service. He's not even like a very vibrant person, but his profile is well optimized. Recruiters are reaching out to him. And right now he got a mining role, expert role outside, and he's even contemplating whether to go or not. So imagine such opportunities. So opportunities are there. Let's put ourselves there and then get to develop ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Korika. We'll take our last question from Mr. Charles Frimpong. Please be brief with your questions as we are getting to a close of the meeting. Mr. Charles, if you can hear me, kindly go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you all the organizers. Most of my questions have been answered, but there is this particular one that I want to ask. see, normally you will see this attached to people's profile, first, second, third. I've been thinking about it. What does it really mean to see those things? And then again, I want to ask if it's really important to use the premium version. These are the questions that I have now. Thank you. Hello, please, can you hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you. I think you didn't direct this question to anyone. So to our speakers, Mr. Rashid, Mr. Seth, and Ms. Ajua, can you please help us out?
Okay, so if you see somebody's name and the person has the first attached to it, that means the person is part of your connections. If it is second, that means the person knows somebody in your connection. Am I making sense? Yeah, I should think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, the person knows somebody in your connection, but the person is not connected to you. And I think the third, the person doesn't know anybody in your connection and the person isn't connected to you either. That is what I know about the first, second, third. I don't know if any of the other speakers have something to add. And also for the LinkedIn Premium, well, it is good to use the premium. It gives you exposure. I think I've used the premium for 1 month before. I signed up for the free 1 month, and when the time was due, I canceled the subscription. You get to message people who are not connected with you. Yeah, sometimes it is not any different from the normal one. Just that with the LinkedIn Premium, you get a lot of exposure and you can also message people who are not connected to you. And there are other benefits too that you can get. But all the same, the ordinary LinkedIn is good. Currently, I am using the regular one that we all use. I've been using that for a year now. And I'm still getting the results that people using the premium would get. So to me, although it is good, but the regular too is good. All the same, if you have the money and you can pay for the subscription, it would be nice for you to use the premium because you'd get a lot of visibility. When you are using the regular too, you can put in the work and you still get the visibility. And at the end of the day, it's a win-win for all of us, right? Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ms. Adjoa. Thank you very much. And by the way, I've sent my connection invite to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I believe the last question we took was from Mr. Charles Frimpong. Now our time is up, and then we've learned a lot. Personally, I have learned a lot, and I am looking forward to make good use of what I've learned here. So thank you to all our speakers for your insightful presentations, and to everyone who participated today. Thank you so much. Thank you to the amazing team members of the Negroes Hub for such an incredible program. And to my colleague Caleb, thank you so much for your active cooperation. Special thanks to Negroes Hub for providing this excellent virtual space. Like I earlier said, if you're looking forward to have a state of virtual platform designed to host a variety of virtual events from conferences, workshops, meetings, and social gatherings, then the Negroes Hub platform is the right virtual platform you are supposed to look at. So you can learn more about their offerings and get in touch with their team by reaching out via the contact information displayed on the screen. Thank you all so much for your enthusiastic suggestions and deliveries. Now I'll hand over to my amazing colleague, Caleb, to give us a closing prayer. Hello, Caleb, can you hear me? Okay. So let me randomly
Hello.
pick someone. Okay. I think Caleb is here with me now. Yes.
Yes. I was speaking. I didn't know
Okay.
I had muted myself. Okay, so it's been a
Oh,
wonderful
okay.
time. Yes, it's been a wonderful time having you all here. At this juncture, let's just pray. Our dear Lord and Master Jesus, we thank you for today. We thank you for this wonderful session. We pray that, Lord, as we have listened to our resource persons, we'll be able to optimize our LinkedIn and maximize the potentials in it. Thank you for this time. In Jesus' name, I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much to everyone who made time to join our virtual meeting today. Don't forget to connect to all the people who have shared their LinkedIn profiles in here. And I don't know, but I saw a message. I want to read that. I don't know, I'm not getting it, but the person was trying to ask if we could get a recorded version of our meeting today since he or she missed out from the earlier stage. So I'll talk to the technical team for us to know how we'll go about that. Until then, have a very good evening. My name is Angela Pierre-Ishin, and I was your moderator for tonight.
Sure, thank you. Bye.